Interestingly enough, we're beating the motherfucking allegations. We ain't no Jerry boy. Shanks with drip? Oh my God. Look at this guy though. Shanks, if he didn't dress like he was always on vacation, it is time to continue reading the One Piece manga. Chapter 1137. Infiltrate the sketchy hideout. What are they doing out here? Look at that guy, right along face. This has to be a Whitebeard relative with that chin. In the 14 years since King Harold's death, no one has dared approach this castle, or so I thought. But it's clear someone's broken down the door, and there are no guards standing watch. So, is this a bad sign? I don't know, Nami, you tell me. Intruders, but these doors are broken from the inside. How did they teleport there? I theorized it already. I'm not going to go back and theorize it again. Last chapter, you saw that. We'll figure it out when we get in there. Okay, we need a mysterious OST, chat. We need a mysterious ass OST. Keys. This destruction looks fresh. Wait, please wait. This is frightening. Wow! This castle's huge! I can't even see the ceiling. It's way too big. I can't walk across this. Nah, this doesn't really match. Hey, Roto, where are the keys at? Roto is tweaking, and Luffy's the king of not giving up. I'm just a common man. I've never been inside the castle. That's exactly how he sounds to me. But we're very lucky to have you with us. Really, Ultimate Nami? I was just thinking the same thing. Is that him? Onward. So this is what it's like in here. I'm overcome with both wonder and fear. Is all this destruction from the intruders? No. King Harold passed after a vicious battle with Loki. My theory that Loki is kind of not a bad guy is being tested to the extremes, because why did he beat the shit out of his dad? It could be a difference in ideology. I don't think it's for the devil fruit. If it's for the devil fruit, then Loki's just a piece of shit. But I don't think it's just for the devil fruit. Maybe his dad was just a bad father. But everybody says he's great though. So I don't think his dad was a bad one. I don't think that many giants would be convinced that he was a great guy. That's some serious devastation. Loki's a monster to be sure, but King Harold was also known as a great warrior on his own. Destruction was inevitable. It's huge. What is this? It's horrifying. It's like a giant graveyard. Naturally, there were many castle soldiers in the castle. Damn! Loki slew over 100 stout warriors that day. 100? It's getting significantly hard to keep defending this man. Why the fuck did he kill so many people? No way all this for a devil fruit. The only survivors among the castle were Chief Harl and Loki himself. Jarul. It was such a shocking and bloody scene that it was agreed the castle should be sealed and left untouched. They didn't even want to clean that shit. Perhaps it is now haunted by vengeful spirits. Check it out, you guys! Look how big this skull is! Bro got no respect. Why does that one have horns? It's even got horns. Is it like oars? The largest bones belong to the warriors with the blood of ancient giants. Ancient giants! There are no longer any purebloods, but some still have traces of it in their history. I just uploaded the One Piece manga reaction when my theory, chat, my theory said this. Emmett was a being like oars. They said he's an iron giant, an ancient giant that turned iron, just like Frankie did. He even has the horns. Emmett does. And this is even more proof of it because only full-blood ancient giants have horns. A cyborg ancient giant. Kaido and Oars have the same horns. Kaido's not an ancient giant though. Maybe an Oni, which is what Kaido is ancient giant that's been diluted. Do you think that ancient giant... So, okay, you said ancient giant plus human equals Oni. Could the Buccaneers also be like that? The Buccaneers don't have the ancient giants, the Buccaneers are half giant, half human? Or a Buccaneer something completely different? I'm not sure. Hold on, this is such a reach, but I just gotta say it because my brain thought about it. What if the ancient giants, because we know the world got reset twice, what if the ancient giants were the original, like, rulers, kinda, of the first world? And then whatever happened to them, they got completely, their bloodlines got completely watered down. And from the ancient giant, you get ogre, and then you get buccaneer, and then you get elbaf giants. And you get different bloodlines from the original ancient giant bloodline. That's where my brain just kind of immediately jumps to. Because who would have fought in the first reset? We don't know. We know about the second one is Joy Boy and Emu, probably. But the first one, who started that? And if the islands have been underwater and the islands are sinking and the islands are still that big, that must mean the original world was fucking huge. So maybe the ancient giants ruled the world. Maybe they were even oppressors and then somebody revolted. Maybe. That's not even, I don't even know. Joy Boy's supposed to be a giant, but is he though? I don't think he is. Do you remember when we saw the outline of Joy Boy talking to Emmett? He had like a little claw hand. He was not giant or buccaneer size. He was a normal ass dude. Emmett's pretty damn big. Chat, after I uploaded that video yesterday, I also looked up how tall Emmett was. Emmett is 63 feet tall. Oars is 67 feet tall. Emmett could be the last surviving cyborg creature from the first reset. He could be even older than we know. What if the ancient civilization reconstructed Emmett and made him into a robot to bring him back? Because we know the ancient civilization was super advanced. I don't know. I'm just thinking about a lot of what ifs. My brain has to get these out. Are you mixing up Oars and Oars Jr.? No. Oars is... Oh, maybe I was then. I thought... Wait, Oars is 219 feet? Hold on. Sorry, not feet. He's 67 meters tall. Emmett is 63 meters. Not feet. I meant meters. I'm sorry. That does lead to the question, though. Whose straw hat was Emu looking at that was huge? It could... We assumed it was Joy Boy, but what if it was the first user? There's so much we don't know, though. So much we don't know. Okay, chat. Lock the freak back in. It's like Oars. This is huge. There are no longer any purebloods, but some still have traces of it in their history. So does that mean that Oars Jr. is not a pureblood? Let's look up how tall Oars Jr. was. 60 meters. Maybe they don't know about Oars Jr. Maybe he was the last one. But then how the fuck did Oars Jr. stay alive? Because Oars would have died so long ago. Also, chat, last thing I'm going to say before I start reading again. Last thing. Because my brain has to get this out or I won't be able to think about anything else. Why would they call Oars the continent pooler if there are no continents? At one point, when Oars was alive, there were continents. Someone says a translation thing. He's in country pooler. But what I'm saying is, leading into that, if there were continents because the world wasn't sunk when Oars was alive, then what was he pulling and why? People don't just get nicknames for no reason, right? Honestly, how do you pull islands, though? Okay, my brain wants to say that they were going to use oars to pull countries to make something and connect things, but because they couldn't use him, they made the bridges. Tequila Wolf and the other wolves that we saw, and those are connecting things instead. But why? Because we don't even know what those bridges are for. Some still have traces of it in their history. In fact, King Harold himself was a very large and mighty, which means Loki probably has it too. He definitely does if he's his son. Just look up! I haven't seen that visage in years. It's a portrait of King Harold. He looks very familiar. The man who loved peace and attempted to bridge the gap between Elbaf and the rest of the world. The greatest king in the history of Elbaf, they say. He looks like Kaido. He does look like Kaido. The scarring on his head is where he ripped out his horns. The mark of his ancient giant blood. To him, ancient giants were a reminder of our era of war. That takes serious guts. Holy fuck. If he's rejecting his horns that bad, that kind of literally adds to my theory that the ancient giants were kind of the oppressors in the first world, and then they were revolted against, and then their bloodline got diluted, made all the different species, because he wouldn't tear out, like, he's not saying the era of war for them was with normal elbaf giants. What he's saying is the ancient giants specifically. But if the ancient giants are so ancient that they don't even exist anymore, they are even older than the blank century. I think the ancient giants ruled the first world. That's my leading theory right now. His Majesty's death was a shock to all, but it was the hardest upon the other son of King Harold, Hajrudin, who had the most cause to hate Loki for his actions. What? Really? He and Loki are brothers? We've been knowing that Hajrudin and Loki are brothers. Yes, but from different mothers. Hajrudin was born to a woman prior to Harold's marriage to the queen. Wait, so he's older? You see, elbaf did not allow for Hajrudin's mother to be queen. Why? She was from a different giant nation? There are different giant nations? You've been known this? Who? When? Saul said he was from a different place other than elbaf and Robin's flashback. Y'all expect me to remember that shit? Y'all expect me to remember when Saul said that one thing 800 episodes ago, motherfucker? What are you talking about? You fake fan. Obviously, you already know this information. Obviously, no, the fuck I know. Fake fan, fake fan. Y'all did not know that shit either. Fuck off. No way. You didn't know that until somebody said that. So Hajrudin's the older brother. I thought Loki would be the older brother. That's so interesting. That kind of even feeds further into my theories that the giants literally spread apart and then made different species by interbreeding with everybody. Human and ancient giants make different things. Why does that matter? They're all giants. A giant's a giant, bruh. We're all giants? Do you humans not wage war over land and resources as well? Oh. Yeah. Bruh! Dun, 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 dun. Giants from other areas will tarnish the blood of elbaf. You have some really bigoted views about other giants and humans. Oh, but you're different. Don't suck up to me, scum. Bro, so we gotta keep our blood pure. So that's why Hajrudin is not the same level as Loki, because he has different giant blood. So if Hajrudin's blood is tarnished is insane. Why do you ride with his crew? Zoro looks pissed. Zoro's beating the racism allegations right now. Because... Roto, that nerd, what a creep. Meh. This is amazing. You can draw sea charts? Show me how to do it. You want to be my friend? Friend? Unlike me, he's a truly honest and straightforward man. Despite being unable to live in the castle with his father and seeing the way his mother was tormented, he withstood all of that pain and said, I want to unify all of giant kind. Way to go! Hajrudin got the biggest mother heart. Not just because he's a giant. He's a lot like his dad, it seems like. But then his dad didn't let him live in the castle with his mom. So his King Harold wasn't all that. I'm the man who will be king of all giants. That's fire. And I know you can do it. Hajrudin. I want to help his dream come true. So you can be reasonable after all. Kind of boring. Kind of lame. Hey, come check it out. Some giants are knocked out over here. Underworld elbaf. Erg. Is it sinking in yet? I told you already, I can't move. It doesn't change our question. A member of the common rabble receiving a chance to join the ranks of gods is a miracle only one can only dream of, and we are offering that miracle to you now. What the fuck? Damn! Do them legs go all the way up? Why are there arrows though? I don't get what the arrows are. They're covering his eye because it's not Shanks. This is literally not Shanks. It's literally not. They're covering his eye for a fucking reason. I ain't dumb. Stomp. Stomp. These arrows, dude. What are these fucking arrows? This is why I need the anime, because the anime will just like make it so much more intuitive. I can't tell what the fuck I'm looking at right now. She thinks she's Emu. It does look like Emu's little arrow, doesn't it? But I always figured low-key Emu's arrow was his tail from being a Zoan. Wait, where is this? Wait, what the fuck is this? Hold on. So the arrow is like going around her foot all the way up her. It's like unraveling from bandages though. It almost looks like, you know when an anime character gets their ass beat? Like Naruto, and they got to get all bandaged up, or when Luffy after Marineford had all them bandages. That's what it reminds me of. Maybe bandage fruit and this black because it's hockey. I have no idea. Like, look at that. It's going off her foot and stomps and attacks. It comes out here. Damn it! Not again! Green arrow. Stop. It stops. So your foot's gonna accelerate to kick my right cheek, and after I've turned the other way, you'll give me an uppercut with that fist of yours. Thanks for the heads up. Those arrows are the confirmed path of my very future? A declaration of unavoidable violence, but it is possible for me to change course. So what, she's like calling out her attack? It's like her... Is it like when you reveal your power in JJK, how it makes it stronger? Her fruit like gives the exact path of where she's gonna go and what she's gonna do, but it's gonna be so fucking fast you can't even do anything about it, and she can change it at the same time. Who is that like? There's somebody in anime that's like that like does their path and it's super fast. What is that I'm thinking of? The Vector guy from Demon Slayer! That's exactly what I was thinking of! So I ask you again, Loki, will you join the Holy Knights? That's so strange. So she's on her arrows of the future. Hell no, moron! I see, this is where, since I'm voice acting, I can like kind of sub in here. Hell no, dickhead! Fuck what you heard! That's what I think he would say. Hey! Yeah! And the arrows are mink, 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 bzz, 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 bzz. And I hate when people wail on people and they're like locked up defenseless. That's just so annoying to me. So these horns from Loki, they're not like other horns. I gotta take a better look at them in another panel. Swirl. Boom! Bang! Yeah, she is wailing on him. She's a holy knight, so she's probably fucking nutty. Yeah, look at the curvature. Maybe he's a special giant from his mom's side. That's just a helmet, motherfucker. Why would his helmet have bandages on it? Why would horns? Because his horns got injured. His horns are really his. Like, horns hurt when you like break them off. Like, that's why his dad had scars. Grr! I don't think we've seen horns like that in One Piece. You're right. I think Loki may be special. They're talking about ancient giants. They're talking about the bloodlines. They're talking about how he's different from Hajrudin. Not only does he have ancient giant blood from his dad, but his horns also are not typical. But if we know even in giants have different bloodlines to the point they say that's going to tarnish them, I'm thinking he's different. How do you know they aren't typical? Because when you see Ors, who's an ancient giant, they're like this. When you see Kaido, who has ancient giant blood, we assume they're like this. When you see Ors Jr., they're like this. When you see Emmett, they're like this. Loki is the only one who goes forward. But It could also be devil fruit. We don't know what devil fruit he got. The devil fruit could change what he looks like physically. I get the picture of his dad, Harold. His dad ripped his horns off, though. Wait, doesn't Yamato have horns? Yeah. And Yamato's horns are exactly like the ancient giants. Just like Kaido's. Chat, I know Yamato is Kaido's child. I do know that. My memory's bad, but it's not that bad. The Tobiropo had horns. The difference is, I think the Tobiropo got their horns from their devil fruit. I think if you are a dinosaur, you're gonna have horns. Even Black Maria? Spiders don't have horns? Let me see. How tall is Black Maria? She's 27 feet tall, chat. We have to remember not to think in black and white. We aren't trying to find every person with horns to decipher exactly what they are. We're talking about a very specific group because the race of Oni still exists. Yamato and Kaido are Oni. And all these people from this area are Oni with horns. But where did they get their Oni from is interesting because y'all are saying Kaido could be Harold's son. Look at Moria. Because if you have horns, that definitely means you are a descendant. But how far away of a descendant are you? It makes sense that they all have horns. They're all huge. They're Oni. But being closer to ancient giants may be what sets you apart. Because look at this, chat. Kaido. Look at Kaido's horns. Huge. Out to the side, just like oars. But then when you look at Black Maria, they're to the front and they're kind of smaller. Yamato's kind of have that bulge. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but these horns don't necessarily have the same shape as these horns. So it could be that all these people are more watered down from their ancient bloodline. But I think they have the specific shape. Bro, even motherfucking Caesar the Clown had horns. This would make sense why Moria's are smaller because he's not the same, like look at him too. They all have horns. There are so many more horns than I thought there were. See, they have that shape, chat. They have that right angle. And then these horns are just like that. And it makes sense why they're all strong as fuck then. Because they're all ancient giant blood, right? There's something with the bloodlines. They're all tanks too. Their durability is insane. Yeah, we stay horny. Grr. My gang. No. Damn it. You'll regret this. Stop. Stop. Enough. Then you will join. Yeah. Ah! Bro, it's getting literally fucking tortured. Me personally, if I'm Loki, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'll join you. And then they'll free me, and then I'll get free. And beat their ass. The aura. The aura. That's enough, Gunko. No scars! Interestingly enough. Yes, sir. We're beating the motherfucking allegations. We ain't no Jerry boy. I done told you my boy Shanks was innocent. He never rat on the streets. Bro, look at the hair. Shanks with drip? Oh my God, look at this guy though. Shanks, if he didn't dress like he was always on vacation. Two leading theories, clone or brother. And if it's a brother, it's twin brother. Let's change tactics. Contact Mary Joao. I'm sick of all these useless people. I'd hoped we could have settled this much more cleanly. He kind of has that same kind of, not like morals, I guess, because he's a holy knight, but he's like, he doesn't want to do things like she does. And she's an asshole. Commander of the Holy Knights. Fingerland? Shamrock! Like the gas station? What is a shamrock? A 3-leaf clover, a symbol of Ireland, often associated with St. Paddy's Day. Okay, I knew it meant something because the shamrocks shake. Okay. Okay. Son of Saint Garling, 5 elders! This confirms it, chat. There's no way this motherfucker looks exactly like that old fucking Gorosei and his son and is not related. That is literally carbon copy Shanks. But then how the fuck did Shanks just end up in a treasure chest? Shanks' backstory's about to go hard. Wait, today's St. Paddy's Day? Today's St. Paddy's Day? What? Oda, your timing. How did he know I was gonna read this shit on St. Paddy's Day? He foreskinned my life. Oda foreskinned my life. Indeed, it seems like he would rather die than join us. Is this some religious thing? Holy Knights Gunko, Arrow Woman, Arrow Fruits. How the fuck would an arrow? I don't get her shit. What even is her hand? What? The vicious warriors of Elbaf who conquered the New World long ago will be brought under the command of the world government once and for all. They conquered the New World? They didn't they? Oh my god, dude. So they want Elbaf? Oh, they're dead ass too. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. They're about to raid motherfucking Elbaf? We don't know what they're gonna do. Like, when they want something, they take it. So, are they about to send the fucking Gorosei and Imu and Holy Knights and everything to forcibly take this shit? Or is it like, once Loki, their prince, is under our control, then he'll make decisions on their behalf and make an agreement? Some shit's about to go the fuck down, though. Oh my god. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about the ramifications of Shanks being Fingerland's long-lost son. Because it's not like Shanks would be disowned. He was a literal fucking baby. It's almost like he was lost, or somebody did that to Shanks on purpose. Almost like his mom was like, yo, we gotta put this fucking baby in a treasure chest and send him out to sea, so it'll be a better fate than whatever else he would have. Maybe the fact that twins are like bad luck. I could see the celestial dragons doing some dumb shit like, oh, if you have twins, it's a bad omen and you gotta kill one. Like Rim and Ram from ReZero. Also, I don't like... Okay, I'm sorry. Shanks is like the strongest pirate on the sea. One of the strongest we've ever seen. So is Shanks that strong because he's a celestial dragon? Because here's what I'm thinking. Is this motherfucker like Shanks? Like, is this motherfucker as strong as Shanks? That would be fucking crazy. No, because of Roger. I guess how they're raised. There's nature and then there's nurture, right? If Shanks grew up watching Roger, then he would know what's possible. But if he grew up, his dad's a Gorosei. Like, he's insane if he's a Gorosei. Chat, what was Clover's real name again? Cloud D. Clover? Is Clover his real name? Or his first name or last name? I forget. Clover's his first name? I don't want to make any assumptions, right, chat? But I do think it's very interesting that Shamrock also means like 3-leaf clover. It's almost like it's some sort of connection. I don't know why. That's a reach. That is a reach. It is a stretch. But why would his name, because Oda's names mean stuff, why would his name be Clover? Ain't Shanks an Irish name? Because if you think about it, what if Clover was some sort of relation to somebody? And that's why he could research so much, is because he had insider information. Garlic clove? Garlic clover? Maybe his original name wasn't Maybe his original last name wasn't Cloud D. Clover. He said they killed his brother because he was a D. That doesn't work because it's an English pun. True, that's true. Never mind. So what is Shamrock's name in Japanese then? Nah, it does work because shamrock in Japanese is shamroku, which is just the English word for shamrock. Chat, I do understand that y'all are happy and hyped for me to keep reading, but I will say I'm not going to cut my theories or my thinking or my reactions short for your impatient ass. 'Cause I need to think about this, bro. I haven't had time to cook on this like y'all have and watch theory videos. It's my first time. I really need to think about it.